समाज ने youth league. केवल कार्ड which scene कोई ना.
Who wants to call?
Youth League.
समाज.
You won the toss.
We go bowled the first.
Any reason as to why you decided to field first?
No reason, just playing game.
Any score that you want to restrict the opposition into?
130 below.
Good. Do you think anything will change from yesterday's pitch?
No.
Wish you all the best.
Thanks.
Nirav, have you got what you wanted to do?
Yeah, we like to bat first, so I think we have got what we wanted.
Any score that you have in mind?
150 to 160 will be a good score.
Best of luck. The news from the middle is NDOVU Crushers have won the toss and have elected to field first. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SCLPS NAIROBI LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League Season 2, Match Day number 2 between the NDOVU Crushers and HARIOM Titans. Earlier on, NDOVU Crushers won the toss and had no hesitation into fielding first. And today, joining us is none other than Raj Budhia, victorious from yesterday's match. Raj, welcome to the Combox. How does it feel?
Thank you, Mitesh. Before I start, I'd just like to apologize on my voice. It might sound a bit funny today. The weather has been a bit up and down. As you can see, it's really cold. So that's why I have a voice that is a bit down. But let me see how today's game goes.
Absolutely. First, so like you said about your voice, I'm going to say we've seen a lot of good work put on behind the screens. You know, by the likes of you, we've got Vishal and a whole team that is there to make sure that we got a successful T20 tournament organized by the SCLPS. How much of it do you feel pride about what you can see the output?
As you can see, we already had the first games happen yesterday. Today is our second day. Having the tournament just start is pride for Sri Kachila Patel Samaj at large. The community that we all belong to gave us the opportunity to organize such an event. They believed in us, so we had to ensure that each and every preparation for this tournament goes in the right direction. And we're already on day 2. We're left with another 26 days. Let's see how it goes with the blessings of God and Almighty. We'll see a brilliant tournament going further.
No, I don't think there's any doubt about what you've said. You know, I've been privileged enough to be part of a similar tournament organized by your team last year, a couple of years back, and we know the output that you guys have always had. It's like you said, it's the first game that needs to get rolling on, and then everything then from there is, you know, a smooth ride.
Right, exactly as you said. And that first of all, yes, without the sponsors and the 8 teams who decided to participate in this tournament, it's like the community trusted the organizers and the teams trusted the organizers. So therefore, it is my great, and I thank from my bottom of the heart to all our sponsors and the 8 franchise teams that believed in this tournament and they came in to participate.
And I know you are part of a very a successful defense of a score yesterday.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rightly said, as you said, you see, every year we've been giving awards to the batsmen for high sixes, and we give the award for the man of the match. So this year, as the organizing committee, we all came together and we were like, let's bring in the dot ball scenario and let's get our country greener. So we decided that for every dot ball a bowler bowls, the Sri Kachila Patel Samaj community is going to plant a tree for every dot ball for the entire of this tournament.
And I think there couldn't be a bigger initiative than ensuring that we take care of the environment around us. Planting trees is, I think, the best we can give back to the environment. Talking of today's game, while you played yesterday, do you feel the pitch will change slightly?
So we're playing at the same pitch that has been played yesterday. The first inning score was around 150, and then the second innings we restricted the team in 100.
You've been too modest. Just say you bowled a really good second over, you know. You bowled an absolute brilliant second over. You were on a hat-trick ball at one point. So
yes,
credit to you. You did take advantage of the pitch.
Thank you. It's a matter of each and every bowler or every player who's playing, let's say today as well. They need to understand how the pitch is, how it's going to play. Today in the morning we had an overcast, but then after lunch We had the sunshine come out. So the pitch has been also been playing in the weather. So you get an overcast pitch, you get a pitch that is a bit slower. Then hit by the sun and then rolled on. So it becomes a belt of a pitch. Right now, as you can see, Patel, the opening bowler for the NDOVU Crushers, is a genuine in-swing bowler. All his 5 balls, brilliant in-swings, straight to the stumps, not giving any room to Hiren Kirai, the opener for HARIOM, who's travelled from India. That was their pre-buy for HARIOM this season.
You mentioned about him, what a way to get your score running away. Slash that straight to the boundary. HARIOM Titans are off and running.
I think I just spoke a bit earlier regarding Om and his line and length. This time round, it looks like the line was a bit way off, and straight away Hiren utilizes a brilliant shot through the extra covers.
And this is what exactly an experienced player like Hiren brings. You know, when he sees the ball is pitched right outside, slightly outside the line, you know, he's able to take advantage of it, like what we just saw there.
Rightfully, and it's the caliber that Hiren has been playing cricket. Where he's coming from, the background, he's been playing cricket in Kutch, and Kutch from India. And you all know the background of cricket in India. Getting to even play Ranji is one of the dreams for each and every cricketer in India. Thereafter, they do all their performance, they need to play well so that they can even make it for the national team.
Absolutely. So you rightly mentioned, you know, for you to get to the level of Ranji Trophy in India, you have that caliber, and to bring that experience to this SCLPL season 2, how much of it does the HARIOM Titans cherish about having such a player in their squad?
They will definitely cherish, and to put the cherry on the cake, their second pre-buy is Samar Gajar, who recently played for the Shorvas Premier League, and he's a left-arm bowler, left-arm batsman, so that is going to bring a nice turn back for the middle orders when you have a righty and a lefty batting together in the pitch.
We've just seen Sahil Alai come from the Mosque end with his left-arm pace. And so far we've seen a very good even bounce on the pitch.
So looking at the pitch, NDOVU deciding to bowl first. They look at restricting HARIOM Titans to at least around 130, because the pitch in the second innings tends to become a bit slower.
So we noticed while we were in the comp box, and I mean, you are there yesterday in the evening out on the pitch, we did see the pitch became a slightly slower, and that ends up playing a lot into the chasing side, you know. You don't know the bounce of the ball, you don't know how it's going to behave at that time. And of course, we all commonly know, scoreboard pressure always counts when you're chasing, you know.
Definitely, and for that I think you see what teams need to understand, that this time of the year you'll not even have so much of the dew impact. The weather is cold, we don't have humid in Nairobi right now, so the dew factor will not be there, but the pitch will become slower. So the teams need to understand on what to choose when they win the toss. Today I feel that NDOVU, after winning the toss, would have got themselves to bat, put a total of at least 140 plus, and then try and restrict the HARIOMs.
Short ball pulled, well covered there. You rightly mentioned that yes, winning the toss, they had the option to bat first and put up that score. When I spoke to Ravi during the toss, he had no hesitation for his decision to field first. I think he has more confidence in his team in terms of restricting a score of, he mentioned 130 runs. I think I had a couple of words with the coaches and all that in the middle. And it felt like it's a 150, 160 pitch today.
Definitely, yes, it is. The pitch at Kacheleva normally gives you runs, but as well as it gives a chance for the bowlers to do something as well. If you are a fast bowler, reduce the speeds and you get a good ball throughout. T20 is a game where you just need to come through your run-up, bowl a straight ball, easy, do nothing like Sahil is doing. Wicket to wicket, not giving any room to the batsman. So with the wicket of such a caliber, with slow balls being bowled here and there, can make a big impact.
Yeah, you rightly mentioned. I think a lot in T20 that we've come to learn is how you vary your delivery. You know, you want to keep the batsman guessing pretty much every ball. It's not just about, trying to hit the deck, but if you can keep the batsman on guessing and on the back foot, you're definitely having an upper hand. And we've just seen how NDOVU Crushers have gone. They bowled 2 brilliant overs, just conceding 6 runs. Any worrying factor for HARIOM Titans in this slow start?
I don't think so really. With Hiren and the crease, 1 over will change the entire scenario. Like yesterday's game. In the first 2 overs, Purple Cap were brilliant. The 3rd over, all of a sudden, pushed the momentum all the way to NAIROBI Capitals.
Absolutely. And when you lose wickets in a hurry, that sets you back for a very defensive mode of approach, especially when you're chasing a target. And you rightly mentioned yesterday the chasing team was off to a flyer until you came and picked up those 2 crucial wickets, and straight away we saw how it changed the whole scenario of the game. Brilliantly bowled there by Patel. Consistency is what he's done, hitting the deck. Once again, I'd like to remind all the viewers, every dot ball has a green initiative by the Shri Kacheleva Patel Samaj. They will be planting trees for every dot ball. Once again, Patel has stuck to his line and length. Runs are slightly difficult to come by early on for the HARIOM Titans.
The other thing that is bowling at the night, definitely there is a bit of more swing and there is a bit of more movement in the bowl. And wide down the offside from Patel. I don't know why he's trying to change his line and length. His first over was brilliant until the ball was hit for a 4 in the last ball. He started back well with 3 dot balls, bowling straighter to the wicket.
Well bowled again. You mentioned about lights. It's something we discussed yesterday evening about how fielding under lights becomes a different dynamic for majority of all the players participating in the SCLPS, because most of the time they've all played during daytime. Before you answer that, there's some good food that's being shown. So all of you out there in Nairobi watching us live on this YouTube channel, if you've not had your dinner on Sunday, drive yourself down to the Shri Kacheleva Patel Samaj. There's some hot bhajiyas, nice yummy chips and pizzas. It's the perfect meal for this weather. What have you got to say about that? Well, you've got a bad cough, so I will excuse you on that.
Definitely, yes. I would like to go with the chips and the hot chili, hoping that it allows my throat to open up. Coming back to the point you said about fielding under the lights. fielding under the lights is no different than fielding during the day. The only thing that you need to understand is, because in the day you can judge the trajectory of the ball quite quickly, it's the only thing that makes a big difference. At night, the ball seems to be traveling at night, so that is why it makes a bit difficult. Otherwise, it's just that players have not been used to, and the thing is, it's a mind game. If you're in the field and you're like, oh, these lights are going to affect me, definitely they're going to affect you. But you say, no, whether it's the lights at night or it's daytime, I'll give my 100%. And that will make a big difference in your fielding.
Well, I think you've tackled that perfectly well. I think it's a lot of goes into the mindset of it. Yes, while they get ready for the fourth over, just see that food being prepared. I'm going to ask someone to get some good food
You
served up
talked
here
about
in the
the
box.
pizzas, and there you get them.
I'm going to ask someone to serve us some
You've
good
only
food.
been asked to see and enjoy. You wouldn't be getting anything here at the com box.
We might just step down for this. Yes, Sahil Alai to come back for his second over. The NDOVU Crushers feel that they have started off brilliantly so far with the ball.
A brilliant shot there from Hiren Karai on the leg side. However, the likes of Hashin Hitan being part of the NDOVU Crushers, who play in the same team with Hiren, know the area that Hiren likes to target, and they've placed the fielding to the exact position. So even after hitting a good shot, Hiren is just able to get a single. Up in there for a certain time. A good ball there from Sahil. Satish struggling there.
And clearly now you see the lack of runs has put Satish under some pressure. He's trying to now force the shot. I'm not even going to talk about that. Oh wow.
Just looks yummy.
Some of those listening to us out there, if you see a few of us have gone quiet for 10 minutes or so, just know we've gone for a nice dinner break. That's up in the air.
But there is a fielder there. Do remember that.
It's cleared the fielder, yes.
That's a big, big one over cow corner.
That will loosen the shackle.
The first one of tonight by Ren Kerai.
Yes, intention cleared there by Hiren, and that should help him also with some confidence.
Sahil trying to get the swing a bit shorter. Well picked by Hiren. Another shot
Pitch.
on the leg side through deep square leg. And he picks up another boundary. So 10 runs in 2 balls.
And I think maybe it's a perfect time that Hiren has just found good rhythm there. He's understood what's happening in the pitch. I think now he's ready to counter.
Definitely, and for Hiren, he's got a classical shot over cow corner. You get him an off spinner, he goes down straight on one knee and a slog sweep. So let's see how NDOVU Crushers come back after this to see and how they can tackle Hiren.
And straight away we've seen some slight change in field positioning. Ravi trying to rally his troops from behind the stumps.
Shot for an uphill there, but definitely not out. Pitching on leg, and once the ball pitches on a leg, whether it hits the middle of middle, it's going to be not out.
Absolutely, and it's a good comeback from the young Sahil. After being taken to 1 a 6 and a 4 consecutive deliveries, good comeback from him. And you mentioned, Hiren is a very well experienced player. He knows how to go around with it. He was not really under the pump even before scoring these boundaries.
Even if you look at the way Hiren bats, it's just the calmness that he has. And that is what a ball there it is. Evan Hiran acknowledges that, gives a thumbs up to Sahil. A brilliant ball to, let's say, somehow two good balls from Sahil. But a good over for HARIOM Titans. They're getting 12 runs of this over.
No, absolutely. Look, I think so far after 4 overs, I think the NDOVU Crushers would be very happy with how the bowling unit has gone. Yes, they have not picked up any wickets, but they have limited the scoring rate. As you see on your scoreboard, it's just 20 runs.
20 runs in 4 overs, just a run rate of 5. So they still have 2 more overs for the power play. Hiran is now getting the touch. So even in these 2 overs, if the HARIOM Titans look at scoring another 15-20 runs, I think around 35-40 runs for the power play is not bad.
No, absolutely. What I'm keen to see is how Satish goes from here on. He's, I think, had good time in the middle.
You can also see now Satish is a bit way inside of the crease. Patel coming back for his 3rd over. He has just given out 5 runs.
And I think I like this decision from the captain that has found his nick. You know, he's bowling consistently the right line and length. He just conceded 5 runs. Good option to give him his 3rd over so far. Maybe leave 1 towards the end of the innings.
At times you just need to see if the ball is moving as how it is moving right now for Yes, he's not getting wickets.
Oh, that's driven. That's driven down. That will definitely boost the confidence for Satish.
Slightly fuller there from Patel. As you can see from the replay. Fuller and outside off. Given so much room. And there's nothing that Satish could do anything wrong about that delivery. He's just taken a belter of it.
Once again, played straight to the player.
Felt like a bit slower this one. Definitely an in-swinging delivery, but a bit slower from Om. Giving it a bit of flight. Satish maybe would have gone over the fielder and got a boundary.
I think so, but because it was sort of a slightly fuller into the stumps, that's why he... Oh, and that's slogged. That's gone over. They will just take 1.
So far, with the boundaries that HARIOM have scored, I think that the NDOVU Crushers have made a good effort in terms of placing their fielders at the right position. I feel 2 or 3 more boundaries would have been scored, but it's the options of them fielding at the right places that have saved those.
That's given, yes. As always, the batsman is never happy when the umpire gives an LBW. Yeah, he's livid with himself. What a breakthrough there from Om. A wicket that I know NDOVU Crushers definitely wanted. They definitely now feel that they have an upper hand in the game.
Why not? Definitely. After picking up Hiran, you could see Hiran with the shot. I told you that he likes the slog sweep. Straight away was going down on the knee. A fuller ball. Straight away. No questions about the finger being raised up by the umpire.
playing across the line.
Incoming batsman for HARIOM TITANS.
A brilliant in-swing delivery by Om. And as you said, the captain trusting Om, seeing the rhythm that he's bowling, gave him the third over, and he's got the best wicket.
Yeah, anytime you pick up wickets in the power play, and especially when you pick it up off the opposition's top player, it's a bonus for you.
Replacing Hiren to the crease is Yagnik Ramji. He's come from all the way Meru.
Yes, look at these spectators all are across the ground, from the young ones to the generation that has seen various tournaments. It's such a carnival out here. If you look from the com box, youngsters right sitting next to the boundary lines. There you see, wrapped up in their hoodies, sweaters. It's cold out there. It's an absolute festival that the Sri Kachileva Patel Samaj has put up here.
So 25 for 1 after 5 overs. And Sahil coming back for his third over as well.
I think this is a brilliant go from the captain Ravi to ensure that he gives away confidence to Sahil. Continue to bowl his third over. Brilliant line and length there, and that's miscommunication there. Yes, the HARIOM Titans have lost their second wicket thanks to a miscommunication right in the middle. You'd never want to be out on a run out like that.
Both
Yagnik
batsmen
Ramji,
were on one side.
Yagnik Ramji making the unfortunate walk back to the pavilion without scoring any runs.
I think it was a brilliant shot. The only thing that kept Satish on the crease is because he played it on the back foot. So he didn't have time there to make sure and convert it into a single. And Ragnik, on the other hand, right away running through. It's like he was running for a 100-meter sprint.
Yeah, not the best way to have lost a wicket, and definitely losing 2 quick wickets. HARIOM Titans have found it tough scoring, and now they've lost 2 quick wickets. That's definitely going to put them on the back foot.
You're talking about back foot, but they've got a left-hander, the international professional from India, Samar Gajar, for HARIOM Titans.
A lot depends on him now as to how he reconstructs this inning.
Rightfully said, but do believe that also the captain of HARIOM Titans up in there. It's an outside edge flying towards the backward point. 4 runs added to the scoreboard of the HARIOM Titans.
Yeah, right. Good to see that the run out has not mentally affected Satish's approach to the match.
You think so? I feel it has affected him. And with the line and the length that Sahil had bowled, this time round, see, he's straight away charging down, trying to open up his arms, but still finds an edge. So somehow, yes, he's happy that he's got 4 runs. But on the other hand, on the back of his hand, he's still like, I haven't middled it.
And there you go. What a pull shot that is. That's cleared the fence. And that is
Out of the mark, 6.
straight out of the middle of the screws there. Picked up the length early and yes, rightfully pulled it. Deserved that treatment.
This now opens up for Satish. His confidence from 100% has gone to 200%.
Yeah, absolutely. How much does that run out end up playing in your mind, and also you need to have that stable mind to make sure that it doesn't end up adversely affecting you while you are in the middle.
So yes, that's definitely any wicket, not only a run out, but any wicket, be it yours or be it your partner, any wicket shouldn't just be stuck on your head, because that would definitely impact your game as well, and it will impact the environment of the team. But the way Satish came back with a boundary 4 and a brilliant 6, it's also giving confidence to the team that yes, we lost a wicket in not the best manner to lose, but we are still there on the field and we're going to play till the last ball.
A small team huddle there as we wait for a ball to be replaced. Being a Sunday today, we have seen there people are enjoying.
Mitesh, even if you look at the efforts that all the teams have put them for this event, look at the colorful jerseys that they've all prepared. What do you want to say about?
So a couple of things I have. So one, I love the efforts put in by every team in terms of coming up with these unique designs for the team kit. It's just shows that it's just not about cricket, but it's about making this game as colorful as we can see. I come to the second bit. It's a bit personal. I need to get some nice one of those. I'll get hold of you after this commentary is done.
I'm sorry about that. I know you were coming to that because you like everything colorful. There are 8 teams. You need to get hold of the managers if you need something. Up in there, trying to play straight down the ground. And it's a wicket there for Sahil. What a comeback from Sahil. A slow ball, I feel.
It's a double wicket blow, and definitely this is definitely the start that, or the power play that the NDOVU Crushers had hoped for when Ravi won the toss and elected to field first. There you go. Didn't time that. It was a slow delivery. What a brilliant catch there.
That's an easy catch there for Dhruv. What out? I feel that I was talking about the 35-40 runs at the power play. We are at 35 for the loss of 3 after 5.5 overs. So 35 to 40 runs are not bad for a power play. Just the only thing that affects is the wickets column.
That's huge because now you're left with pressure for the incoming batsmen.
So a wicket of Satish brings in the captain of the HARIOM Titans, Neeraj Patel, onto the crease. And if you can look at your screens, yet both the batsmen are still to face a delivery.
So I spoke to Neeraj during toss. During the toss, and he was quite happy to have his team score 150. His work has been cut out. Both captain and now Samar have to rebuild this innings. And definitely pressure is on both the batsmen to get going. You know, it's been a start-stop inning so far by the batsmen coming in, and openers back in the pavilion. A successful power play there for the NDOVU Crushers.
Land of 6 over, HARIOM Titans on 35 runs for the loss.
Sorry, Mitesh, did I miss out on anything?
No, I was just saying that it's been a successful power play there by the NDOVU Crushers. Picking up 3 important wickets. It always boosts your team's confidence when you win your power play. And this happened yesterday to you guys as well. Yes, the first 2 overs weren't the best of it, but then the way you guys came back, picked up quick wickets, immediately set the chase to Mount look much bigger, and we are looking at a similar trend over here. It's going to be, it's not, I'm not saying it's not possible. The 150 could still be possible, but it sets them on a back foot right now.
Yes, definitely. But even if you look at the game of yesterday, I feel where Purple Cap went wrong was a bit that, yes, they got a quick start,
Coming in to bowl
but they kept on trying to hit it so hard, and they kept on losing wickets. A change in the bowling. Hashin Varsani has been brought into the attack by the captain of the NDOVU Crushers. Straightly played there by Samar Gajar for a single.
Would you have thought that they would have bowled one of the bowlers fourth over?
I don't think so. Maybe because, yes, Sahil got a wicket, Om got a wicket. But then, if I look at the squad for the NDOVU Crushers, I don't see any other pacer that they would try and get the 2 overs at the end.
And we clearly will see now, yes, as much as the field is spread out, there are enough gaps on the ground, you can score your singles. But the boundaries will be slightly difficult to come by. Both batsmen would want to, take it easy on the first, at least an over, see the ball, how the pitch is behaving.
Yes, as you can see, just before the start of this over, both the batsmen were new on crease. So it's something that, as cricketers, we need to understand. The batsman who's got out needs to tell the batsman coming in how the wicket is behaving. You just don't let your partner go in not knowing how the wicket is going to behave for him to see what is going to happen.
And I observed this yesterday. Sometimes the reason you don't want to talk is because you're already furious with how your wicket has gone, how you've fallen, you failed to read a ball or something, and you are in your own mindset. By the time you look up, the incoming batsman has already approached the pitch.
So that is what that, as we said, if you look at international cricket, we see that everyone keeps on talking. The batsman incoming, outgoing batsman, they also have a word before crossing. So they would always share information of how the wicket is, how the bowler is bowling. Because you see what you're going to do is, you're not going to change as a bowler of what you're bowling, either to a new batsman or the batsman that was on crease.
Absolutely. I mean, look, at the end of the 7th over, HARIOM Titans, clearly the struggle is there. 39 for just 39 runs for the loss of 3 wickets.
after 7 overs. HARIOM Titans on 39 runs for the loss of 3 wickets.
So definitely another change in the bowling. We have Yash Talati coming in, a left arm off break.
Easy option for a captain to ask his slow bowlers to come in now with this field spread out.
Definitely yes, and then you see what the bowlers need to do is also try and flight 1 or 2 balls in between the over. Try and see what the new batsmen are going to do. It's not easy for a new batsman to come in and straight away start hitting.
Slightly short there by Yash.
Wait.
Yeah, I think both batsmen might just see out a couple, at least 1 or 2 overs to ensure that they don't lose any wickets from here on in a hurry, and just reconstruct this inning. It's very important for HARIOM Titans to get back on tracks.
Yes, it is important, but they also need to make sure that they just don't end up not scoring in the next 2 or 3 overs. And this is the best chance for NDOVU Crushers to bring in their off spinners or the leg spinners, try and push 2 or 3 quick overs with minimum runs, at least, let's say, 10 runs in 3 overs. And then it just changes the entire scenario.
No, you're right, absolutely right. With the, spinners operating from. What a shot there. Yes, has run down to the boundary. What a brilliant shot there by the captain. Picking up his first boundary of the innings. Look at that. Played off his back foot.
As you could see, outside off, way outside off. And yes, you said about the boundaries not being scored because of the open field. But then you see, you only allowed 5 fielders outside the 30 yard. So you need to bowl according to your field so that you ensure that you don't be hit for a boundary.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something about in the couple of deliveries back, having spinners operate from both ends, you're hurrying also, speeding up how you're finishing up your over. That sometimes also, doesn't give the batsman time to settle, And I think that's a very good way of, restricting the scoring rate, just choking them down.
Definitely, but then you see, you need to ensure that you bring in your best bowlers to do this so that they don't leak out runs. Up in there, slightly well played there by Summer. Straight down the ground for a single. So that brings end of over number 8. The HARIOM Titans on 47 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. I'll now ask Dan Okinyo, who's just joined us at the combox, to please take in for myself, and I'll be taking a break for a few. Try and get my voice sorted.
Raj, thank you so much for your time in the combox. We'll definitely be looking for you perhaps at the start of the second innings. We'll want you back. Give us some insight of how the pitch is behaving, what's happening with the teams. And while you go and have your hot cup of tea, which you definitely need for your throat, I'm welcoming a good friend of mine, Dan, to the combox.
Thank you, Mitesh. Right over to Dan Okinyo.
Thank you, Raj. Think Raj needs start break after their victory today against Canby's in PCA League.
I was told they chased it on the last ball, like 328 runs.
Yeah, so he deserves that break. I still don't know why he still has that energy of being in the combox after the celebration, because I don't remember the last time a team managed to chase 300 plus in the local league. So it's a big achievement, and kudos to Raj and his team.
No, absolutely. I think I briefly spoke about that game with Neeraj as well earlier on, and I think they're hoping to carry that spirit into this game, but he's got his work cut out right now.
Yes, he's an experienced player. He's been around, has played part in this Floodlights tournament, so he knows how to play with those conditions, and his team will be, HARIOM will be looking onto him to get that much needed performance.
Brilliantly balled there by Harshin.
Yes, that's another tree for those that maybe are joining us.
Has pulled that, didn't find the middle of the bat. Yeah, just a single there to bring to an end of the 9th over. 51 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. HARIOM Titans, Captain Neeraj Patel and Samar Gajjar in the middle out there.
Yes, I was saying before Neeraj played that shot, is that for every dot ball in this year's tournament, a tree will be planted to help with the environment. So it's good to see that every performance from a player is being recognized, is being rewarded. We've seen people being rewarded for hitting sixes.
I don't think you could have a better initiative than this, right? I mean, what back to give back to your environment, beautiful trees being planted, and why not? Because gold dot balls in T20 is treated like gold. So let's replace that gold with giving
tree.
back to the environment.
And I'd like to see at the end of the tournament who's going to have planted more trees. Who's going to have more dot balls in the whole tournament.
Yeah, that would be a very good stat to follow up in the final game of the tournament. Definitely, now that you've mentioned, I'll make sure slight rumble there in the dip. But yeah, that's a very good thought process. Yes, we've seen batsmen get rewarded for the orange cap and bowlers with purple caps. Dot ball initiative is absolutely spot on.
We should have a cup for that.
No, you mentioned you
We need
just nailed it.
a green cup to show that we are working about an environment. So if you're on that pitch and you have a green
cap.
we know you are the one with a lot of dot balls.
Talking of green, the NDOVU Crushers are in the outfit of the green and yellow and are really doing well for both the environment with the various dot balls that they've bowled so far in their 9.5 overs. And of course, with the wickets they've picked, that was a full toss, needed to be hit. It was meant there to be hit. And yes, Samar Gajar right away sends that packing to the boundary.
Yeah, you are right. That's how you punish that kind of a ball. There was no other way to play that that kind of delivery rather than marking it all the way to the boundary. Lucky that it didn't go over.
Samar Gajar comes with a lot of experience. Of course, with the captain Neeraj there, we have now seen that how they've very well, negotiated the phase where they lost 3 quick wickets. They've built up a small partnership. This is what we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah, you are right. You just need, sometimes things don't work out well for you. You need somebody to be in the middle. We saw it in the first inning where Joseph Onyango and
Mohit
Jawa, they put on a 100 partnership after losing the first wicket in the second over. They went on to put 100, but again, they failed to get partnerships. Same thing is happening now. They've lost 3 quick wickets, but we are seeing they are slowly building up. And after halfway through the inning, they are on 59 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Proudly sponsored by title sponsor LAXMANBHAI Construction Limited, live streaming media partners.
Hiten Vekaria back after the strategic timeout. 59 runs for the loss of 3, halfway stage into the first innings. Captain Niraj Patel and Samar Gajar rebuilding the innings. Dan, what's a good score that they would be targeting from here?
I think now they've managed to get 60 in the last first 10 overs. If they can be able to get 90 from let's say about 80 around 80 runs, that will be a very good comeback from them. What they don't need to do now, don't lose a wicket in the next 5 overs. Let these two just look for those singles, punish the bad balls, and see how far they'll get. But they should not lose a wicket in the next 5 overs if they are to get a decent score.
Yeah, I think this is perhaps their best chance of scoring big. These two are very well experienced. We have spoke about Samar Gajar in the previous tournaments, and Niraj, of course, not going very far, has had a brilliant knock earlier today. That's wide, will run down to the boundary. Welcome runs there for the HARIOM Titans. 5 wides there. Just missing his line there, and anything in the shortest form of the game, anything down the leg, the umpires will not hesitate to send that as wide. Lofted shot there over the cover region. Oh, what a gap that is. And that is brilliant there by Samar Gajar. All technique there.
Those are 11 runs now from 4 deliveries. So, as I said, that's what they just need to do. Stay there, don't lose a wicket, and we are going to put pressure, because now what I'm sure what NDOVU wants is to get a wicket. And they'll do anything possible, and from that you end up not.
And that's swept. Should find the boundary. Yes. Misjudged there in the dip, and Samar Gajar has decided to put the foot on the paddle.
That was good timing, eyes on the ball. With the help of a misfield there, mistiming, ends up rolling past the boundary for another 4 of Hiten Vekaria's first over. 15 from just 4 deliveries.
A lot of, we've noticed this every time there's a strategic timeout, the momentum seems to change. And that's clearly evident with how Samar has gone ahead with attacking mindset in this over. Hasn't given any room to Hiten to settle down.
Especially, when you have a new bowler, and maybe you have somebody who has settled in like Samar Gajar, you try to make him not settle. And actually that's what is happening to Hiten Vekaria. I will say he's the most expensive bowler so far. He's over 16 runs. And with that, after 11 overs, HARIOM are on 75 for 3.
After 11 overs, HARIOM Titans on 75 runs for the loss of 3 wickets.
Yes, sir, today is the second day of the Sirikuchileva Patel Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Company Premier League T20 Season 2 match between HARIOM Titans and NDOVU Crushers. You've got seeing young spectators, watching the proceedings here from Nairobi West. Drove. Coming into ball. Bowling a dot ball.
Bowling the 12th over for Nova Crushers, Rupatiani.
Well placed there. Should be an easy picking there for Samar. We spoke about what what a brilliant setup the community has done, not just for the environment, but to make sure that the love for the game that we all enjoy watching is always going to be revived and put up such a spectacle. And it makes it extra special when it's under the lights.
It is, and this is something that if this tournament makes me sometimes wonder, like the days we had, our glory days of cricket, when we had people like Ravindu Shah, Steve Tikolo, Maurice Odumbe, Dipak Chudasamas of this world, Hitesh Modi. Sometimes I ask myself if this thing will have happened those days when we had these players. Yes, I remember. Yeah, these players, the days if we had this kind of tournament, what joy would have been for.
Dan, you've just, you've really hit a nostalgic point there. I remember when I was in primary school, I was at Arya Primary, we used to have yellow ball cricket played, 5-a-side. And we used to play at City Primary, Simba Union,
Riverbank,
Muranga Road. And Muranga Road. So we used to play there 5 overs with the yellow bat, yellow ball, and it is how I ended up getting
and blue stumps.
And it was such a joy because that really, when we say raise the kids at the grassroots level, that was really the point that you realize that, hey, I can play cricket, and it was not about your skill set, but you would go and have fun, and then of course with everyone's skill set, then you graduate, and when I say graduate, you're being picked up in your school team, then you go to your club cricket, and somewhere down the line that blue stumps and yellow ball cricket actually helped me to play for NAIROBI Gymkhana.
In fact, you are talking about something that I did. For you, you played that cricket. For me, I coached. I remember walking to a school in Eastlands, Kimathi Primary, Dr. Livingstone, and Heshima Primary. I remember those are the first 2-3 schools that I started coaching. When the kids will see you walking on that pitch, on the school gate, through the school gate, they just run, and they'll run to you asking you to go and excuse them from their class teacher to come and play the game. And after that, after those few training introduction sessions with them, the kids school will end at 3:45, and but they could come and play the game until some minutes to 6.
Absolutely. I was just speaking to the mentor. Oh, what a shot there. I'll come to this, but what a shot there. Straight down in the hands of Hiten at the long on boundary. Harshin Varsani has picked up the important wicket of Samar Gajjar for 27 runs off 22 balls. The HARIOM Titans find themselves 80 runs for the loss of 4 wickets.
And it's also good to say that the bowler who struggled the previous over, being hit for 16 runs, coming in and getting that, picking up that crucial wicket. So 4 wickets down, 12.4 overs for 80 runs. Projected score 126. Safely into Hiten's hands, losing their 4th wicket.
A very, very important breakthrough there for the NDOVU Crushers. Yes, we all know the capability and the potential of Samar Gajjar. 80 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. We got 7 overs to go after this. Do you think they would be revising the potential target?
They have to do that. They've lost a wicket at of a settled batsman who I'll say the top scorer. So Vishal Bojani walking in. Bojani has had a very good season. I think he has had a good season. So he's been lucky to play. Last month he played in the South Indian tournament that was held at Simba Union and Jamhuri High School. Then he's playing a very key role in Samaj's second team.
So that ball flighted. Just thought of throwing the kitchen sink to that. Unfortunately, it was too wide.
But I like the intention.
Slapped hard. Misfield there. Way to get off the mark by Vishal there.
Yeah, that's a morale boosting boundary. It makes him feel like he'll settle in quickly, and that's what the batting side, HARIOM, are looking for. Go in there, settle quickly, and let's continue from where Gaja has left. They have no time to start getting in. Done with 13 overs. HARIOM Titans are on 85 for the loss of 4 wickets, 7 overs to play. Amitesh, talking about mini cricket, so you remember that after playing those training in school, they used to have mini cricket tournaments being played in a zone, because we had Kamukunju, it was on the Eastland side, we had Starehe side, which now involved schools like the one we've talked about, Riverbank, City Primary, Muranga Road. We had
what a delivery there by Dhruv. Niraj failed to read that. Very important for Niraj to stay there in the, potentially till end of the innings. He could be the vital wicket, a key anchor to this potentially 140 to 150 for the HARIOM Titans.
Yeah, so just going back to what I was talking about. So after playing for your zones, then kids, the winning team in that region zonal competition will get an opportunity to go and play at either Nairobi Gymkhana.
So I was privileged enough to have played there as my home club, but the era you've spoken of, the 2000s, and of course the year we famously reached the semi-finals, Nairobi Gymkhana was dubbed as the Lords of Africa, and I could not have been more proud to have such a ground right in our backyard. Absolutely. And cricket those days was everyone's go-to sports. We hope that Sri Kachiliya Patel Samaj, the Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Construction Premier League Season 2, gives a platform to the youngsters to go achieve big for our country. We want to see Kenya back in the international match, playing the T20s, the ODIs.
Yes, I agree with you, Mitesha. And one thing that actually made a cricketer feel nice is that you are playing in front of those international players. Yes, you are playing mini cricket. You are playing with the plastic bats. You are playing with the plastic bats, softball, but who is watching you? The greats of South Africa. Because I remember I was coaching my school, had just been honored to go and play at the Gymkhana. While I was umpiring one of the mini cricket match, Gaze was behind me, Brian Lara.
What a moment that must have been for you, right?
I felt like, I wish this guy will know whom I'm trying to bring up. Then 2 years later, 2 or 3 years later, West Indies came for a series here. He was just trying to get into the team. I remember he scored 145. Chris Gale at Sikh Union. So those moments is things that our current crop of players have not witnessed. And as you said, it's a prayer that these kind of tournaments are going to bring those are going to allow us to get back to having those moments again.
If I recall my aging memory correct, I remember those years, those days. We used to have multi-nation triangular bilateral series, 4 nations tournaments. We had Zimbabwe, South Africa, India come over before the World Cup started, and I had at that age, what we would do is while we were in school, I used to be the school captain. So what used to happen is we would go and tell the headmistress that, look, today there's a cricket game. We want to leave the school half day early, slightly earlier, and I would give a list of all the players or all my classmates who were in the school team to go and watch this cricket match.
Yes, those were those moments. You've talked about how you used to leave school to go and watch those matches. For me, Mitesh, I have a very interesting moment of how I could go and watch those matches.
That's definitely not the line that Harshin wanted to bowl.
Especially after having picked a wicket. We are into the 15th over. Dot ball to bring us to the end of over number 15. HARIOM Titans on 92 for 4. Current run rate is 6.13.
There you go. There you see the scorecard. Yes, it's very evident that you need your captain now needs to ensure that he's there till the last ball is bowled of this innings. Dhruv Wagyani coming back for his 3rd over. Just conceding 5 runs. Hasn't picked up the wicket, but nothing of a concern because he's not licked any runs.
Amitesha, you mentioned something about how you could get an opportunity to go and watch the matches, how you were able to convince your head teacher. I remember how I was not able, the school released us to go and watch the matches. But now the problem was, how do you get into Gymkhana to watch the matches? So this particular day, I thought of something unique.
That's an edge, slog sweep, and it's dropped at the 30-yard circle there. Lifeline for Vishal. Livid. Dhruv is absolutely livid there with his teammates. Almost had it.
That was a big chance there. And I'm just not sure what is going through the mind of the fielder. That was a very, very easy catch. Simple. Usually called them, they usually referred as a sitter.
We spoke about, what a shot there by the captain. Picked up the length and has sent that over the boundary. Some way by the captain. He's now taking charge of this runs.
The captain coming now into the party. 6 wickets in hand. For 24 deliveries to go. He knows I have to take them on now. Good shot. Well hit. Dot ball to end, and with that 600 comes up. The loss of 4 wickets. 24 balls to play. Niraj Patel, captain on 22. Vishal Bojani on 9 runs.
The 100 comes up at the end of the 16th over. We got 4 overs, 24 legal deliveries to go. With the captain being there, I think 140, 150 could
150 is possible. Scoring at 10 runs and over. Put pressure on the bowlers now. You've got 6 wickets in hand. Just try and see how much you can score. You've got wickets in hand. Just try, connect the ball and see how much you can get.
There is one spectator floating his NDOVU support. The yellows, you can't just miss the yellow army. Bright yellow in the night sky. It's all happening here at the Sri Kachilya Patel grounds.
Yash Talati coming in now.
Misfield there. Should run to the boundary. Welcome runs again.
Yash Talati coming straight from their loss to Ruaraka this afternoon. Swami Bapa losing their first match of the season to Ruaraka. Today in the NPCL League, there's a lot, Super League, there's a lot of...
There's quite a lot of drama here.
yes.
And good games going on over the fielder there at the cover region.
Do you know what? Our guy who top scored yesterday, top scored for Gymkhana this afternoon.
Really?
He
So it was not just a one-off inning yesterday evening.
He had a very good show with the bat at Nairobi Gymkhana, leading his side to a comfortable win.
Oh, and the captain tossed up by Yash there, picking up the opposition captain. Big, massive breakthrough there for NDOVU Crushers. Niraj Patel, the captain of HARIOM Titans, walking back to the pavilion.
They'll now need a big hitter. They'll need somebody that is going to see them get to the target we are thinking of. But 2 balls go to 4 balls delivered already. A wicket and 5 runs. Mahendra Shiani is the new batsman, waiting to see what he'll do at this time when they've got 22 balls to play.
A brilliant ball there to dismiss the opposition captain by Yash. Down the leg, yes, rightly indicated by the umpire for an extra. Mahendra Shiani. Slight shuffle across the stumps. Still hasn't found the gap there. With 3 overs to go after this delivery, it seems like HARIOM Titans will somewhat rely a lot on Vishal Bhojani and Mahendra Siani now to up the tempo in the last 3 overs.
18 balls to play, 5 wickets in hand. They should not be looking at preserving the wickets.
Yeah, I think as much as we can see on the screen, projected score is 126. I think they should at least try and get close to 140 to give something back to the bowlers to come out and defend. And as you see, it's an entertainment. It's a carnival out here at the grounds, at the Samaj grounds. Sunday evening, Dhruv Vakjani coming in for his last over, and yes, has picked that. Mahendra Shiani lost bearings of his leg stump, has been balled. And that's 6 down for the HARIOM Titans. Look at that. Leg stump uprooted there. Tried to play a cheeky reverse sweep. Struggle. HARIOM Titans definitely struggling here. Just 107 on the board, losing more than half the team. There you see, it's an absolute carnival for every spectator here. Whether you're supporting HARIOM Titans or the NDOVU Crushers. Make your way down to the Samaj grounds for a festival of what a game we all love.
I'm still wondering how that guy, how he got out. Played a very bad shot. Yes, I know they need runs, but sometimes basics are necessary.
I think as much as I left playing cricket quite some times back, I was always told, make sure you know where your leg stump is. You don't want to get out in that fashion. Yeah, lofted shot there. What a welcome shot there by Yukirai.
I'm sure now with that shot, he feels like I'm able, I can do it. He needs to get going. Have less than they've got 16 balls. Sorry, 15 balls.
Yes, another lofted shot there.
Will they be going for 2?
They're coming back for 2. Brilliant running there. Putting pressure on the fielder in the dip. And I think this is what we've lacked today. You know, taking those 2s, you know, where the opportunity is there, you're close to. It will keep the fielding side under pressure.
The fielders have been comfortable throughout. They've not been put under pressure as we saw yesterday.
Single down the ground. Yukirai not wasting any time there.
Already on 7. End of 18th over. HARIOM Titans are on 114 for the loss of 6 wickets. Vishal Bojani, 14 from 16, had a very good start, but he has ended up struggling towards, as the inning has progressed, on 14 from 16. Yukirai, 4 balls, he's managed to get 7 runs.
Patel will bowl his final over. Very crucial penultimate over here for HARIOM Titans. They need to score. They need a few lusty blows now. And look at that. That's pretty much the decision makers sitting there. Of course, no need to say which team they are supporting. There you go. Yes, that flag is very clear. The NDOVU Crushers.
NDOVU Crushers are very, very loud. You can see.
Shot there by Vishal. Just 1 run. I think the batsmen need to now take the risk. I think the batsmen need to take the risk now.
Of course, they have nothing else left. You've got 11 balls. Any dot ball won't be helpful. Yeah, I think you should avoid getting a dot ball. Put pressure. If you're able to get a single, do it. Yes, that's what you want to say. Keep on rotating the strike if you cannot get the boundaries, but avoid dot balls.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think at this stage you want to try and get a run every delivery. Dot balls for the bowling side will be welcome. For even now, I think the NDOVU Crushers would be happy to concede singles in the last few overs, they've really not been taken apart. Look at that brilliant line there, once again by Om. He's bowled a brilliant spell so far.
Yes, he had a very good spell there. 1 wicket for 13 runs in just 21 balls. And something about Tumot I liked. He used to play for Sikh Union, and but now he's at Ngara. At Ngara, I'm very sure he's getting a lot of opportunities that he will not have found at Sikh Union. At Sikh Union, yes, he played a number of he played some matches, but he was not a regular player. But now at Ngara, you will see him playing each and every day, and it's not a surprise.
And you can actually see this. His numbers speak for regular matches. You know, he's really showing it well. Look at that, lofted over. Yes, down the throat of the long off player, Mehul. Om Patel, once again, rewarding his team with a brilliant catch there.
NDOVU Crushers picking up 7th wicket.
When it's absolute brilliant display there by Om Patel. He's been right on the money.
Incoming batsman for HARIOM Titans, HARIOM.
Talking about Om Patel this afternoon, when they lost by 7 wickets to Nairobi Gymkhana, they scored, Ngara Sports Club scored 199 all out in 45.1 overs. Om Patel, open bowling. He didn't have an, he bowled 4 overs, 15 runs for 1 wicket. So it just shows that he's getting those opportunities. Another surprise that he's finished his spell with the 2 for 16.
Final over to go there. I think at this stage, the NDOVU Crushers would be the happier team of both. The Titans need to just go all out, nothing to lose here in the final over. Vishal Bhujani will be on strike, the more settled of the two batsmen. Needs to hit a few out of the boundary. Yes, it's absolutely it's a Mela type of a feeling here. Good hot food served out there. Spectators all around the ground. It's Sahil Halai to be finishing up the first innings. For NDOVU Crushers, bowling his final over of the spell, picking up 1 important wicket earlier on. And that's edged, and a brilliant start for Vishal and the HARIOM Titans. Yes. Edge, and yes, that's run down the boundary, third man boundary. Mistimed that. Coming back for the second. Oh, brilliant run there. Absolutely brilliant. The intent clear there on the final over. picked 6 runs already.
Intention is well known. How they wish they could have started this approach 3 overs ago. But
Played that square leg and it's gone to the boundary. 10 runs of the first 3 balls of the last over. Vishal Bhojani playing a decent cameo here for his team. Much needed cameo there. Going deep into the crease. No run this time. Almost had the run out of Krish. And yes, the batsmen will take the run for the overthrow. There you see, well fielded there at the deep square leg, at the square leg umpire. Almost had Krish Alias run out there. $11 so far of 4 deliveries of the final over. How does Shahil come back? Does he come back strong? Steps out wide down the line, and that clearly played into the mind of the bowler.
Sahil Halai, another youngster.
Oh, what a shot there by Krish. That's cleared the ropes. What an over so far. It's changing the momentum. Changing. It's 138 already. Massive. 18 runs already of this. Oh, what a pickup shot that is. Steps down and sending that over the square leg boundary for a massive 6. That's 138 runs.
This is the beauty of having wickets in hand. How I wish they could have started this approach, as I said before, they would have started this approach a little earlier. Then the scoreboard would have been different. We could have been seeing something around 150. But they've decided to take it late. And anyway, let's hope the bowlers will come in and defend whatever total they'll have.
Final ball of the first innings. Slogged there. And it is a massive over. 22 runs of the last over. 142 runs for the loss of 7. When we come back, the NDOVU Crushers will have to chase down 143 runs.
Welcome back to the second inning of the second match of the Six Sirikuchi Lever Patel Samaj Nairobi LAXMANBHAI Company Premier League T20 Season 2 match between NDOVU Crushers and HARIOM Titans. HARIOM Titans batting first, scoring 142 for the loss of 7 wickets. With that, NDOVU Crushers need 143 to win in 20 overs. We are there with the first ball. On the ball goes to the fielder, and third man, fine leg for a single. Batsman opening the bat is Saga Malepati and Ravi Rabadia. Yukerai is the opening bowler for HARIOM Titans. There is a misfield there, but the batters seems like they had set up their mind not to run, and in that it results into a dot ball. Another three, Mitesh.
Absolutely. What do you think would the mindset be? You know, the HARIOM Titans finished their innings with a flourish in the last over, and they must be, you know, feeling that spring in their feet. You know, coming out confidence, you know, in bowling. You know, trying to defend the score of 142 runs.
They will need. I hope we are going to see something different. I mean, we are not going to see wickets falling in quick succession, and we are going to see them trying being aggressive with the bat. We saw in the first inning they lost early wickets, and in that you find that you tend to ease on your approach of as far as the batting is concerned. From far, I can see David Tikolo, one of the coaches in this tournament, another former Kenyan international, has been around since his retirement. He's been involved with coaching, and he's done a very good job now with Sikh Union, and his work at Sikh Union is one of the reasons he has been approached to with one of the franchises.
Absolutely. You know, you really want such successful Kenyan players whom we refer to as legends, you know, to be mentoring this teams. Some of the youngsters can, you know, there's a lot they can learn just by, you know, listening to him and, you know, what he's achieved, how to go about with it. And I think the most important thing that someone like David would be bringing to this team, to the team that he mentors, is how to keep a cool head over your shoulders. You know, the mental aspect of the game is a lot demanding, more often not spoken about it. And that, having said that, Sagar dispatches that for a boundary. Look at that brilliant gap there over the cover regions. And at the end of the first over, 6 runs for the loss of no wickets.
You're talking about David Tikolo. Yesterday, his side lost. Purple Cap lost yesterday. They didn't have a very good performance with the bat. I would like to know what he told his team. Being the first match of the tournament, you are losing. You didn't put up a very good performance. I would love to see what message he had for his team after that performance.
I think it would. I mean, I'm just trying to replicate. Because if I knew what he would say, I would be his second, his right-hand man in the coaching section. But I think being the first game, and you know, I think it's more about how the coaches are going to motivate their team, regardless of how the results is. You know, sports is all about winning and losing. Losing is a step closer to success. That's what I believe. And these players have played enough matches all around. They know how to carry themselves after an unfortunate day, like you mentioned yesterday, when the Purple Caps could not chase that score down. And what a ball there to begin by Mahendra Sriani. Brilliant, almost had Ravi's outside edge. Siani loading once again. Brilliant ball there. The players are having a laugh about how the pitch is behaving right now. Whoa, almost carried that. My co-commentator Dan is trying his luck with the new technology and trying to download a certain app. How much of technology do we benefit from what we are seeing, especially with the live commentary? This is being streamed worldwide on the YouTube channel of Shri Kachlewa Patel Samaj. All that is technology. Once again, outside edge found, going down to the third man for a single. Yeah, you can clearly see the positive vibe there amongst the HARIOM Titan fielders. That last over flourish really helped them, come out in a very high note. They've got something decent for the bowlers to bowl at. Swing and a miss there.
Reminds me of something that we've been talking about for years now. Look at how he's played. He was nowhere near the ball. The ball was going somewhere else from him. And what he just needs to do is try and get closer to the ball, get your foot onto the ball, and then open up those arms. But that's not what we are seeing from him. Once again, watch. He's not moving his foot, and I wonder how he expects to get the runs.
Lack of foot movement, especially when you are opening. Clearly, I think Sagar is going to have a word with him.
I didn't know we are that loud for him to hear our comment.
Sometimes, they mention commentators are being heard by the batsmen. I wouldn't want to use the word commentators curse there. But brilliant over so far by Mahendra Shiani. Just considering two. Drifted down the leg. That brings us to the end of the second over. NDOVU Crushers, 9 runs for the loss of no wickets after the end of 2 overs. Yukarai continues. What a ball. Brilliant line there. In swinging to Ravi Rabadia. Beaten by the pace there. Outside edge once again. This will run down to the boundary region. Yes, welcome boundary for Ravi Rabadia. Didn't mean to find the middle of the bat. But like they say, in the shortest format of the game, runs come in multiple ways. And that is one way to find runs. Outside edge. Far from the first slip. Safety being taken care by the spectators there. Especially when your toddlers are right on the boundary line. You want to make sure that the ball doesn't hit them. Brilliant. Brilliantly played there by Ravi Dabadia. At the point region. Back-to-back boundaries for the NDOVU Crushers. Picked up the length early. Yukirai under pressure. And he has accounted for that. Brilliant. Sandbank Ravi Dabadia back to the pavilion. Stumps dislodged. Brilliant, brilliant comeback there by Yug. Absolutely brilliant. Taking the timbers. Look at that. Brilliant. Went to play. No leg movement there by Ravi. Yes, the false shot always tends to be the best shot. Look at that. Absolutely. No leg movement there. Ganesh has made his way to the middle. NDOVU Crushers have lost the first wicket. Always a difficult task. Always difficult when you lose early wickets when you're chasing a score. Always puts your team, slightly under the pressure. Picking up a wicket right after conceding back-to-back boundaries. Yukirai pumped up now. Brilliant. A quick single taken there. Batsmen's both alert. And this is, I think, what is required. Quick singles, put the opposition, the fielding team under pressure. Ensure the scoreboard is ticking. Asking run rate, not a concern right now for the NDOVU Crushers. Just need to ensure they don't lose wickets in a hurry. They need a partnership. For at least 4-5 overs just to stabilize this innings. Final ball coming up of the third over. Short ball. Almost had him. At the end of the 3 overs, it's 18 for 1.
That was a very big appeal there. Safely home, and that's why they didn't bother to refer. Good call from the umpire. Done with 3 overs and scores a 19 for the loss of 1 wicket, needing 124 from 102 balls. Yeah, talking about the new initiative that has been brought up in this tournament. We've got for every dot ball, we have tree planting. And Mitesh, as we speak now, 100 trees have already
been confirmed
because we have 100 dot balls.
And picked up there by Sagar. That should found the boundary. 1 bounce over the ropes. Well played there by Sagar. The field restrictions definitely going to favor the batsmen. Drifting down the leg. Easy pick-up shot there. Over the deep square leg region. Well played down the ground. Easy single picking. Oh, a brilliant ball. Right on the money there by Mahendra Sriani. Then when you're chasing a target, you want to have mini targets. What do you think would be the target for NDOVU Crushers at the end, come at the end of the 6th over, the end of power play? What would they have mini targets set?
As it is now, they've started off very well. They are not badly off. Because scoring at 6 runs and over, if they can be able to get it to around 8 and over, so which means they'll be around around 48 runs. That to me, I think that will be a good start, a good score for at the end of the power play.
You mentioned in the previous inning when the intent of attack from the HARIOM Titans maybe started an over or so slightly late. Do you feel NDOVU should try and ensure that they capitalize on this power play? Brilliant gap there between cover and extra cover region. Brilliant shot there by Sagar.
Yes, that's what they should do, and even you could see how we could hear how the dressing room is acknowledging this, because they know how important the performance in the first 6 overs will be as the match progresses. We've seen the teams have struggled with the power play. If they can be able to get around 40, 50 runs, that will be good.
Yeah, I think it's very important when you're chasing, you have mini targets set. That just keeps you in the game and ensure that the asking rate, which at the moment is not an issue, but you don't want it to go out of control. A quick single there. And we spoke a lot about this, importance of how you're going to keep your scorecard ticking. You want to make sure the scoreboard is ticking all the time.
Of course, that's what you need. That's what you need to do. And we've seen also, if that happens, there's a lot of pressure that comes to the fielders. In the first inning, we saw players the fielding team there was no much pressure on them. And we expect that that's going to be a total different thing as we progress into this second inning.
And especially when you're chasing, you want to make sure you reduce the number of dot balls. The most important thing is capitalize, try and at least ensure scoreboard keeps ticking. It's not all about hitting them out of the boundary. Yes, T20, everyone wants to come and see the flare shots, the massive sixes, the flamboyant drive shots. But the scoreboard needs to be ticking. You have to get that 1 run. The quick singles is what we spoke about in the previous innings. The tools that you need to talk about.
Their chance there, yes. Second wicket. And the captain is very happy. Ukerai picking up his second wicket. And now, I hope things won't be tough for the NDOVUs.
I think he was beaten. He just failed to reach the pace of the ball. I think it was slightly slower delivery by Yug. Just before he came to ball, I was about to say, do you think it's a very good choice for the captain to give him 3 on the trot? And while he's delivered it, look at that. Yes, slightly slow ball there. Sagar was a bit early on his shot.
The captain is a happy man.
And that really helps the HARIOM Titans. Look at that. You're absolute jubilant there. And why not? The 2 openers are back in the hut now.
Actually, they needed that start to defend the score. Already they are scoring at 7.7 runs and over. They needed to stop them, and they've managed to do that. Let's see how far. Who's going to bounce back in the next 3 or 4 overs? Who is going to get back into the game? As we speak now, I think NDOVU Crushers are a bit tensed. Their plan might have to change. And HARIOMs, they've known that we managed to we managed to dismiss their 2 openers. We can do it. So let's see the next 3 overs what will happen.
And we spoke about, and that's what, well, you've kept on repeatedly saying 3 overs, and that's what you mean by the mini targets. I think when you're chasing a score internally amongst the 2 batsmen out in the middle, they pretty much are also calculating at what they want to be at a certain stage while swing at the bat with their signaled wide by the umpire.
I'm just looking at the team. Are the players that went through the auction. NDOVU Crushers are missing their captain. Tanzil Sheikh, who is with the national team in Uganda. So they're hoping that by the time they play maybe their 3rd match, he'll be back.
Lofted shot there by Dhruv, should come back for the 2nd. Opportunity of perhaps pushing for the 3rd, but I think a good way to open the account. You mentioned about Tanzil Sheikh. Quite a number of players are away on national duty. We hope to see them towards by next Sunday. We should start seeing them, in the first 11 of these teams.
Yeah, same to HARIOM. They are missing Peter Kowech Langat and Shem Ngoche. So if HARIOM manage to win this match without those 2, then that will be a very big bonus for them.
Down the leg there. Should come back once again for a couple. Oh no, he's been sent back. Yeah, Ganesh saying that he couldn't hear the call loud and clear. Very important that they make these players, they need to pick up these tools. Look at that. Very lazy running there. Oh, wild swing. Steps out. Failed to read the line. Brilliant ball there by Ukrai. Yes, grounded his bat right on time. Right at the fielder, slapped hard right at the fielder. Will pick up the single there. 2 relatively new batsmen out in the middle, Dhruv Vakjiani and Ganesh Masurkar. They need to put up a small partnership just to make sure that the chase is back on tracks. Dhruv with his final delivery of the 3rd over. What a shot there. Should come back for the 2nd. And with that brings us to the end of the 5th over. The NDOVU Crushers are 37 runs for the loss of 2 wickets.
We spoke about 42 runs after 6. It's still a possible target here. They have remained are scoring around, kept on at 7.4 overs. So if they can get into 42 or even 50 into the power play, that will be something good for them.
Final over of the power play coming. Brilliant opening spell there by Yukarai, picking up 2 important wickets, just considering 23 runs. There will be a change in bowling now. They're going to go with the slow left arms.
Samar Gaja
Comes along with lots of experience. They couldn't be a better player right now for the captain to throw the ball at. Very good all-rounder. Brilliant. Oh, slight misfield has led to the run. Not the... Yeah, clearly Samar Gaja doesn't look happy there. When you're defending a score of 140 odd runs, you want your players to give you 100% in the field. And you don't want those kind of loose singles given away. Put pressure to both the batsmen. You know, dot balls build pressure, and then it leads to a false shot, and then thus leading to a wicket, you know. Cries of catch, bounced slightly ahead of their good attempt nevertheless. What a shot. Yes, yes, that's gone all the way to the boundary. Yes, Ganesh has smashed that, sent that packing. Exquisite shot from the middle of the bat. Straight over the bowler's head.
That was a very big hit. Good one as you come to the end of the power play. 3 balls and already they're on 45. Good comeback there from Samagaja. Good, well played. Body behind the ball and kept watching the ball as it hit the bat.
Brilliantly played there to the short third man. Picked up the quick single. There you go. The wicket keeper Vishal urging his players to be on alert. And that brings us to the end of the power play. 46 runs for the loss of 2 wickets.
Drove Wakjani 6 from 5 balls and Ganesh Masuka 11 from 9, requiring 97 from 84. Satish Irani is the new bowler. Today he had an opportunity of captaining his club, Sikh Union, they went down heavily to Sir Ali Muslim Club at Sir Ali this afternoon.
Spin from both sides now, and that has been lofted over. Should pick up the single, while fill it down in the deep long on region. The field is opened up. 5 players can now be patrolling the boundary. We have long on, long off, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, and deep point. Brilliant single there. Yes, might be signaled as leg byes. These two seem to have just found their feet in the middle. They're going on well. Asking run rate is it's not an issue at this moment. The required run is just slightly a touch below 7. That should find the gap between the deep square leg and the deep mid wicket. Ganesh playing a very helpful hand here. Picked the shot, delivery, dispatched it.
They have maintained their run rate. That increases the pressure on them. So far so good for the double crushes. They seek to open their account on a winning note in this 1 month long tournament. A single there from Ganesh, who looks to be in the momentum of finishing up this match quickly, so that maybe when it comes to net run rate towards the end of these preliminary stages, will be helpful.
Absolutely. You know, I came here on Thursday evening when we had that meeting, and I saw Ganesh at in the nets, and clearly, wow, he's just been bowled there. Dhruv Vakjani has no clue how that ball has dislodged his bells. A wicket against the run of the play there. Look at that. Absolute joy there by Hirani. The NDOVU Crushers, 3 down. Yes, joy there by onto the face of Hirani there. Cleaned him up with his brilliant ball there. Mehul Asani needs to play a good knock here. Support Ganesh. Put up a good partnership now.
Samagaja to bowl his second. Niraj must be a happy man with whatever he's seeing. Yes.
So far, it's been a brilliant day for him.
Yeah, of course. He had a very good time with the bat.
Quick
There.
single. Brilliant there. Ganesh seeing that an opportunity of quick singles is there. He'll definitely want to capitalize on that. Mehul Asani facing Samar Gajjar now. Then how do you sum up the first weekend of the Sri Kachiliya Patel Samaj Season 2 of the Premier League?
I think that's been good. This is the second match. Looking at the crowd, it's like the crowd were really waiting for this tournament to ball off. And the players, it's good also to see that they are playing after the league the NPCL league had started. So it gives them an opportunity to have more cricket and go back to a club like a Sunday. You've managed to get some chance to bat, and you come here, you just have to continue. So it has been good. Already we have 1 half century. We're hoping that tomorrow 2 different teams will be playing. They're going to just allow us to see more entertainment. Entertainment like that is what we'll be looking for, but unfortunately that one, I'll call it, was a mini 6 because it just went past the
30 yards.
30 yards.
Yeah, didn't time that at all. Lucky for him, it just landed way before the long off fielder. Final ball of Samar Gajar's second over. Brilliantly played there, slapped through the cover region. Slight fumble, now just a single run. Brings it to the end of the 8th over. 56 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Asking rates now slightly creeping over 7 runs.
I'm sure that discussion is evolving around, let's just take care. Let's see how far we can go. Just be observant. Don't give away your wicket.
Very important for them to make sure that they don't lose another wicket, at least for the next 3 overs, and then reset their target. We've just seen the run rate crippled slightly above 7 runs an over. I know that's not playing in their mind right now, but what is more important is building up a partnership. Satish Ashani coming back after his brilliant over where he picked up the wicket. A quick single there, brilliant. This is what we've advocated for. Ensure the scoreboard is ticking. In a chase where the asking rate is just 7 runs, a notch above 7, a single every ball will easily keep you in the touching distance of the asking rate.
You are right there, Mitesh, and as we said earlier, also if you keep on doing that, you pile pressure on the fielding side, and somewhere along the way you will get that boundary.
Yeah, I think loose deliveries will come by, so no need to take any risky shots right now. Just ensure that those singles are coming, which the batsmen have done brilliantly so far this over. 3 singles in the first 3 balls. Yes, as long as you know that you're not going to have any dot balls, that will keep you in touch with the asking rate. Slightly outside the wide line, yes, has been signalled. Extras has been a concern. We spoke about this yesterday's game, especially when you're defending this small, a total of 140. Oh, they almost had him there. Brilliant comeback there by Satish. Almost had Mehul Hassani caught behind. Trying to ensure his players are positioned in the right angles. Well played. 5 already of this over. Brilliant. I think sometimes we just have to go to basics of cricket. Play down across the ground. Roll it over for a single, find those gaps, 6 of the over. Brings us to the end of 9 overs, 62 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Mehul Asani and Ganesh Masurkar in the middle for NDOVU Crushers.
Mitesh, at this particular time in the first inning, HARIOM were on 56 for the loss of 3 wickets. So NDOVU are just ahead with only 6 runs. So HARIOM Titans should not look like, they should not feel like they are far away from victory or put pressure on themselves. They should be happy that they have done well. 3 wickets, they had lost 3 wickets also, but 6 runs is what they are ahead with. So if they manage to get a wicket here, then they'll be on top of the game.
No, absolutely. Look, it's too early to call which side the wind is swaying right now. But like you said, yes, a quick wicket here, a couple of quick wickets here definitely changes the tide to the fielding side. Slogs that once again to the deep region for a single. I think these 2 batsmen are doing good. Mehul could be struggling with his timing so far, but I think he needs to play the second fiddle now. Give strike to Ganesh as much as he can. 3 of 7 for Mehul. Lofted that over the bowler's head. Should be an easy picking. No issues at all if the boundaries dry up. Just need to ensure that you're rotating the strikes. The singles are coming. The bad ball will come. Then you can take advantage of that. Steps out. That looks to have cleared. Yes, Ganesh is taking charge to the HARIOM Titans. He is playing the attacking role. Look at that, steps out, picked up the ball. Absolute knocked that from the middle of his bat over the bowler's head. We can hear from our comm box, the coach of the NDOVU Crushers, what a shot there. Ganesh doesn't seem to be taking a back step. Straight into the soda can tent. That's a massive 6, right from the screws. 2 lusty blows has well taken care of the asking rate, well below 6 now.
He knows what is needed, easing pressure on his team. Already 14 runs from 4 balls.
Sensible batting there, very sensible batting. He's got the runs for this over. Ganesh playing a blinder of an inning, 35 of just 21 balls.
We are done with 10 overs of this second inning. Match between NDOVU Crushers and HARIOM Titans. NDOVU Crushers on 76 for the loss of 3 wickets. And now we are going to the strategic timeout. continue with his third. He has a wicket for 12 runs. Ganesh Masuka is the man that is making all the havoc here.
A swing and a miss there by Mehul Hassani. I think he needs to give the single to the informed Ganesh. He seems to be struggling to find the middle of the bat. 4 of 10 deliveries. You know, this could be the difference between chasing down this score.
You are right. He just needs to find a way that he can put Ganesh on strike, give him the support that he needs, and stay on the other side just watching. That's what they're talking about. There is a ping a single.
Sometimes the best seat in the house is to stay on the non-striker's end and enjoy the display that Ganesh has put up for not just his team but for the spectators out there.
And even when you're doing that, if you're on the other side, you are learning one or two things when you are seeing. I'm sure he learned something when
it's the best seat in the house. Look at that. Brilliantly played there in the gap for a single.
I'm sure when those sixes were being hit, Mehul was just watching what was happening.
I think what Mehul needs to do is assist Ganesh, ensuring if he hits a couple of boundaries, just takes that pressure off Ganesh. There you go. It's shot that over. Should clear the boundary. Oh, what a massive. It's gone right out of the screws of his bat. And I think, like you mentioned earlier, Dan, our cries are heard out there in the middle.
I doubt if that ball will come back.
Yeah, I've just seen a ball being an alternative ball given to the fielders. I've seen an alternative ball given to the fielders. What a shot that was.
You are right, that was a very, very big shot. And an important one. Already now they are heading towards the 100 mark. 16 runs short of the 100 mark.
After losing 3 wickets earlier on, these two batsmen have relatively, stabilized the inning, formed this the small partnership, and this is what we spoke about. If they don't lose at the start of the 8th over, we spoke about them, just finding their time in the middle, and here we are, asking run rate. It's just way below 7 now. No pressure at all. Top edge there. Fielder coming underneath. Was always going to be difficult. The ball dying right in front of him. Went to sweep. Top edged. The fielder was on the 35 circle. Couldn't get there.
That was a very lovely shot. Being sent back.
Samar Gujar back in the bowling his 3rd over. Has been quite a miser when it comes to giving out runs. Ball brilliantly, just conceding 16 so far of his 3.
That is impressive. If current score is anything to go by. He's wicketless, but he's managed to dry the runs flow, the runs flow from his side.
Steps out, yes. Picked up early by Samar, shortened his length on that case. .55 of 50.
Up in the air, but only one runner.
The final ball of Samar's 3rd over coming up. Oh, that's a misfield. and could find the boundary. Oh, that doesn't help the fielding side. Mehul Asrani picks up another 4. His 16 of 15 deliveries now. His ensured strike rate is now above 100. And from here on, Dan, do you think the tide is tilting slightly in the favor of NDOVU Crushers?
NDOVU have an upper hand into winning this match. Already needing almost run a ball. Just 2 runs short of runs a run a ball. 7 wickets in hand. They are on an upper chance of winning this match. Yes, the man in the blue is the coach of Papadot, David Tikolo.
DT.
Yeah, DT is here to watch his next opponent, because he's done with the first match yesterday losing, and now he's decided, let me spend some time to watch how my next opponents are playing.
And we can see, the NDOVU Crushers fans out there in the... You just can't miss the yellow color.
Yellow is dominant here.
Kush Vekaria. Captain Neeraj, definitely wants to pick a wicket now. (93 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Ganesh Masurkar. Well done. He is playing a very good inning here. Once again sent back. And good to see how Mehul has, increased his strike rate. Managed to find his feet in the middle there now. Understands how the pitch is behaving, how the ball is coming onto his bat. Oh, and that's missed everything. Yes, you could see the action from Mehul. It was an in-swinger. It's missed the bat, it's missed the wicket, it's missed the wicket keeper, and unfortunate. It's gone all the way for the boundary. Welcome runs for NDOVU. Runs will be welcomed anyhow they come. Look at that. Yes, they both action the same thing. It's an in-swing bowler.
Yes, he's just telling his mate. He's just telling Mehul. Sorry, he's just telling Ganesh that just be careful when you come this side, because he's bowling in swings.
That's it. He's a slow ball. What a comeback by coach. Slow ball, pitched it up. Mehul Asani was quick on his shot, edged it to the wicket keeper. Vishal was rightfully accepting that as a catch. Was never going to drop that seater. The NDOVU Crusher have lost their 4th wicket. Look at that. Slow delivery early on his shot. Vishal behind the stumps was never going to drop that. What a comeback. Absolute gem of a delivery there.
New batsman Hiten Vekaria.
Hiten Vekaria needs to play a good supporting role to the senior batsman out there, the more settled batsman Ganesh Masurkar. 6 runs, an over required from here on. Brilliant. Well off the mark with the first delivery. Good cricket all round, Then 44 or 44 required here. What would be the strategy by both the teams? Let's start with the bowling side.
Pick wickets. That's the best thing they can do now. Go attack the stumps. Let the bowlers try out something different, and maybe you can get a wicket. That's the only option that is remaining. And for the fielding, for the batters, is also like let's just stay here. They'll start panicking. They'll give one or two bad balls, and then we'll deal with them accordingly. So
very, very important for this man on your screen, Ganesh Marsurkar, to remain there if this team is to chase down this score.
Even Hiten is a good hitter. He's proved in quite a number of times that he's somebody that can be depended on to get those runs. And with the end of 13 overs, NDOVU Crushers are on 100 for the loss of 4. They need 43 from 42 balls. A runner ball at this particular time. Everything is drifting towards NDOVU Crushers. That face tells you a lot.
That's like a poker face. We don't know which team he's supporting.
Let's just hope he's not given up on HARIOM Titans.
7 overs to go. 43 runs required for NDOVU Crushers to get over the line. How does Samar Gajar respond in his final over of the spell? Down the leg. Quick single.
There's a leg by there. Hiten Vekaria, commonly known as Donda. A big hitter. This is his 4th tournament he's playing in a span of 2 months. He played the T10 here. He played the T20 tournament at Simba. He's playing in the NPCL League. And here he is now.
Running. Brilliant run there. So the opportunity of just having the ball drop short of the pitch and take quick. The fielders are quite far away. Captain Hiten is the closest man to the bat right now. Field spread out. Once again, soft hands. Long off, long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, deep cover. That's the 5 fielders patrolling the boundary. Oh, what turn there. The pitch is now it's turning, which we haven't seen this sort of a turn so far today. At the far end, we can see the NDOVU fans having a nice bite. Oh, the slight midfield there. Batsman looking to come back for the second. Yes, they should. Brilliant running there. Absolute brilliant. And there could be a 3rd run for the overthrow. This is what we have been speaking about. Put pressure on the fielding side. And they are bound to make a mistake. We have just seen that right now. What was supposed to have been no run has led up to 3 runs.
And now they're into a run a ball. Hoping for a number of dot balls. But with the settled Ganesh on 43.
There is a massive opportunity missed. Stumping missed by none other than Vishal. Oh, look at that. It's missed the bat. It's missed the wicket keeper. How big of a let-off is this in the context of the game? Their run-up ball required.
He was miles away. And even he had given up.
He was gone for all the money.
He knew it was over for him. Just watch him. Done with 14 overs. Score 106
You
for the
can
loss
see there
of 4 wickets.
Vishal is quite livid with himself. He knows that's a massive opportunity for a set batsman. Ganesh playing off 43 already. Kush Vekaria bowling, coming back from the mosque end. Shot very well played there. Ganesh Mashurkar has anchored this chase very well.
Trying to hit hard. A single there.
Kush Vekaria, brilliant first over, picking up that wicket. Oh, swing and a miss there. Another disguised delivery. This is how he picked up his wicket in the previous over. Bowled a slower ball, and he seems to be doing it brilliantly here. Ganesh, yes, the well-settled batsman, failed to pick up that early on his shot. Brilliantly played. Soft hands there. Single only. What do you make of how the pitch has behaved? You know, it's a second game on the same pitch. Have you seen any difference? Is the ball coming in slow? Not yet. Any uneven bounces?
I think the wicket has been a bit slow, and it has really favored the bowlers. We've not seen some big scores, and you'll see also that batters have been limited to a few strokes because it's a bit slow. And maybe if they're going to use the same wicket tomorrow, then trust me, you're going to see lesser score than what we've seen today.
This I was speaking to the groundsman and the umpires earlier on today before the toss, that they might just change the wicket for tomorrow. I think, like you mentioned, if tomorrow they play on the same pitch, then it's going to be difficult. It's a used pitch, marks on it. It might just play totally different tomorrow, but I think we would be well in for a new pitch tomorrow.
And also, we are lucky that we've not seen those genuine pace. That's a free hit.
Top edged. Should.
Good effort there.
Was caught. No ball. That is it. That's the loud cheer that we've been talking of. The fans are here out in numbers. They are live and kicking about. The Yellow Army is not going back home at this early stage. They want to cheer their team cross over the line. At the end of 15 overs, 112 runs for the loss of 4 wickets.
Yeah, just having him catching that ball has saved them 3 runs. It was a free hit. He needed to get it going and was restricted to only 1 run. Ganesh Masuka on 45 from 37 balls. Hiten Vekaria 8 from 7. They need 31 from 30 balls.
The captain has called his trump, has used his trump card. Yukirai, who picked up 2 early wickets in his opening burst, is back for his final over. The captain doesn't want to leave this late. He is banking on his top bowler to pick up a wicket here. And more importantly, if he can get Ganesh back to the pavilion, that would really be a boost for the HARIOM Titans. (31 of 30). Slapped hard. Ganesh once again playing the vital role of anchoring this chase. Cool head above his shoulders.
The good thing is also they have managed to keep their wickets. Been very careful with protecting their wickets. They haven't allowed the batters to trouble them. When it looked like HARIOM will bounce back, NDOVU Crashers batters kept it cool, and now they are on a comfortable seat in their quest for a first victory in their first match.
Sent back. Ganesh doesn't want to come back for the second.
4 runs short of a second century of this event. Ganesh has been outstanding, and I think a half a century will be good enough for him.
I think he deserves it. The way he has played this knock, he absolutely deserves the half century. Brilliant running there. Moves on to 48 runs. Yukirai needs to deliver something for his captain to cheer up. Played with the soft hands by Ganesh Marsurkar. Very well. He has controlled this inning with such good temperament.
He's done that. He's been the difference in this inning. The difference in the 2 innings, because for him, as much as he was in there, he's allowed everybody to feel batting around him, rotating the strike. When those bats ball come, he's been able to connect them.
Top edge should run down to the third man boundary. Yes, welcome runs. This is a brilliant cameo played by Hiten Vekaria to support Ganesh. At the end of the 16th over, 122 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. It now seems like a stroll in the park for the NDOVU Crushers. Unless calamity happens, I don't see NDOVU Crushers failing to cross over the line.
The beauty of having wickets in hand, they've got 6 wickets in hand. So this makes you feel like actually we can do it. Even as much as I can try to swing my blade, they feel we've got this much. Had it been maybe they've lost 4 more wickets, maybe at 122 for 8 or 122 for 7, there could have been a bit of panic. But now 6 wickets in hand, they have nothing to, they'll go for it.
And what has helped Ganesh is the support role Hiten Vekaria has played. He's 14 of 10. That takes away the pressure from Ganesh to ensure that he doesn't have to do all the hitting. And a brilliant half century there by Ganesh. Absolute brilliant played. Well played from the young man Ganesh. What a way to control this chase. Absolute brilliant knock there. Yes, loudly applauded by his teammates, the fans who are not going away until they see their team over the lines. There you go. Yes, it's all up and awake. It's happening here right at the Sri Kachiliwa Patel Samaj grounds. Ganesh Marsurkar is leading the charge for the NDOVU Crushers to get over the line. And a misfield has led to the boundary. Now the pressure is getting onto the bowlers. It's now below 4.5 runs required. It's no longer a question of the required run rate. It's just now when.
Today, in the NPC, earlier on today in the NPC League matches, Ganesh turned up for his club, Ngara Sports Club, and scoring 17 from 32 balls. So it's a good way to end the day. They lost to Nairobi Gymkhana, but it's good to see that he picked maybe one or two lessons from the loss and he's managed to improve on that and scoring the second half century of this tournament on just day 2.
You mentioned about both teams missing a couple of players, but the fact that the NDOVU Crushers are getting home without their captain Tanzil Sheikh, it's going to play a massive boost for this team. And yes, no hearts lost for HARIOM should they fail to get over the line here. They have everything to look forward. It's just the first game of the season. It's too early, and that's smashed over for the square leg boundary for a massive 6. Hiten Vekaria joining the party now, and this is finishing in a hurry now. 13 of the over. What a shot. He picked up the length, easy, dispatched it over the square leg region.
It has taken long for him to show what he can do. He's one of the players that I've seen distracting bowlers. There he goes again.
Slapped down the long off region for a single. It's 7 required in 3 overs. A brilliant cameo of 26 of 14 by Hiten Vekaria. Ganesh Marsurkar played the brilliant anchoring role, yet striking above 120. It's been a brilliant display of batting here by the NDOVU Crushers. And like their name suggests, yes, they are well in. Look at those kids. Look at the yellow army, the yellow and green. They're not leaving this. They are in full voice. This team has stepped up, lived up to its name, the NDOVU Crushers. Dan, we've seen this before. The crowd, no one wants to leave their seat. It's quite packed out here at the Sri Kachiliwa Patel Samaj. 7 runs to go. We could just say the game done in this over. And we'll run down to the third man boundary region. We are 1 shot away. The NDOVU Crushers are finishing this in a hurry. You mentioned very early on the run rate will definitely help this team.
And NDOVU Crushers fans now must be the loudest on this ground. They are enjoying, and I'm enjoying the batting from Hitena. As I told you earlier, he's somebody that is able to destroy any bowler, and he's just doing that.
He is striking them at over 200 runs. And And with that shot, the just one run. Oh, we thought that they would come right towards the commentary box.
Maybe he wanted Ganesh to finish it off. because-
Rightfully deserves to finish this game off. And with that shot, the Titans have been crushed by the NDOVU Crushers. Game, set and match. The Crushers have won by 6 wickets. And more, what a massive performance by them. To all of us, to all of you watching out there, we'll see you tomorrow right here, same time at the Patel Samaj. Don't forget to join us tomorrow evening at 7 p.m.